It's unbelievable. So let's look at the data. Obviously, the first year, cool, happy days. End of year, you put your money in, you've reinvested it, you've doubled it. Easy. Coffee, your daily habit, and also your snacks. How much does it really cost you as a person, and where will that lead in the future? If you're new to the channel and you want to learn more about investing, all kinds of stuff like that, as well as cryptocurrency, hit the subscribe button, press the bell. This is a new look element that I'm looking to do. I'm incorporating stuff that we take for granted and using that financial sector and know-how and knowledge on how to save money, how to most importantly invest money, make it work for you. So let's get into it. Your coffee habit, it's interesting. People in the city, they do this a lot. Cost of habit, the cost of the basic essentials that, it's convenience is that killer everywhere you go. And it's key. Convenience is key. You go around all the supermarkets, you go around the convenience aisle where you've got packeted lettuce and you got the basic stuff all there for you. And we're going to talk about the two common habits that we've got in life today, but what it will really do to your financial future if you didn't do it. You invested it in dividends based like investments, so DGI essentially, dividend growth investing, and more importantly, how much would it give you? So we're going to find that out now. It's damning. It is absolutely unbelievable. Even from my current age now, and if I pocketed all the money that I've worked out and I put it into dividends investing, kept a good eye on it, found the companies that have been around for a long time that have kept doing their dividends over recessions, over wars, all kinds of good stuff, it pays well. So, on average in the UK, you're looking at about £2.50, okay? £2.50. We're in the UK, so we're going to do it that way. So that's give or take, okay? Depending on what you have and what you go to and where you are in the country, it's different. But we're going to go with £2.50, which is the average at the minute. It's a lot of money. You go to work 5 times a week, and on your commute to work, you get yourself a little coffee. No harm in it. Not against the law. £12.50 that would be per week on this commute. Monthly though, it'll be on average about £50 per month, depending on holidays and if you actually do it all the time. But if you are that sort of serial person where they commute to work and they commute back and all kinds of stuff like that, it's going to add up, but you don't realise it. You don't have that little kitty in your bank that says coffee fund, sandwich fund, train fare fund. It just doesn't happen. It just automatically comes out and you're automatically thinking, oh, I earned this money, I'm just going to spend it. It's fine, I don't care. I'm only here once. But it really matters for your life in the future, because if you're not saving money to invest it, essentially, it's not working for you. It's just vanishing. If you're saving, your money disappears. If you're spending, your money disappears. If you're investing, it actually grows. So, per month, on average, 50. Per year, though, that's £600 just for you to get a little coffee fix. A little coffee fix. Going to work or going back to work. It adds up. Now, let's look at the lunchtime routine. In the UK, we have a thing called the meal deal. It's in most supermarkets, it's £3. You get a sandwich, you get a drink, and also a snack, fruit, or packet of crisps, basically. £3. It's quite a good deal when you can mess around with it. You can go, oh, get a Red Bull, for example. You can get an energy drink. You can get the big salads, and it works out. You do save money in that way, but you technically don't. It's much easier, right? Going downstairs into your kitchen or wherever you live, making a sandwich, getting a plastic box, and just going to work with your own lunch. Because if you're spending £3 per day, that is an additional £15 per week, an additional £60 per month, and an additional £720 per year. Wow. So in all, how much do you reckon that would cost you? Well, it's quite a pretty penny. It's equivalent to how much council tax you'll pay in a UK house It's an equivalent to a very good computer per year. It's an equivalent to a lot of things, even in some cases, fuel money for a year if you're not driving that much or you got a good economical car. It's expensive. So $1,320 or £20, sorry. In dollars, it'd be about 1,600 if you are in America and you're watching this. So, give or take, it's a lot of money. Right, let's get to the nitty gritty. If you put this away and you were savvy with that side of your life and you just literally went, right, every year I'm going to put away £1,320 into the stock market. I'm just going to do dollar cost averaging on these top companies I've researched, and I feel that these are good because they've not cut their dividends for over 50 years. They've been through recessions, they've been through wars, they've been through all kinds of disasters, and they've always paid investors. On average, you're looking between 4 and 5% on average what you're aiming for. Most people that look at dividends always look for the high ones. You need to look for the stability ones, the big companies that have been around for a while. Disney, Walmart, for example, even the likes of Coca-Cola. Companies that you probably use every single day and you've probably seen them and you probably always recognize them, that have always been around for a while. Even the tech companies like Apple, they pay dividends and they always do. So I've put out here a little dividend calculator. I've already put in the data and I'm going to go through it right now. So wait for this. You're probably gonna cack yourself when you see this. So this is on Investopedia. It's basically a dividend calculator. This shows you how every year, if you invest the capital and you always add in the monthly sort of belt fed to it and the assumed dividend rate, along with all kinds of other stuff as well. So we've started out with the £1,320. We're going to additionally add that £110 every single month, with the assumed growth rate of 5% dividends, with the assumed yield of 4%, but the reinvestment of 33 years, which would take me to 60 years old from my current age. However, assume if inflation rate and growth share price are a bit varied, inflation rate is actually lower than that right now. I've put it higher just for, just to kind of show it. And also the assumed growth share price is actually higher. So, I've tried to be a bit conservative with that. It's honestly, this will probably blow your mind if you do not understand what dividend growth investing is. Now, that is why I want to cover this, because in a way, if you're investing that much in an asset that's low in price, such as cryptocurrency assets, such as certain stocks and shares that have been quite low, but don't pay dividends, that's the downside to cryptocurrency and the downside to certain stocks that don't pay dividends. They don't give you passive income. Passive income is where you need to be, and that's what I'm looking to journal and journey on this YouTube channel going forward. So, drum roll. It's unbelievable. So, let's look at the data. Obviously, the first year, cool, happy days. End of year, you put your money in, you've reinvested it, you've doubled it. Easy. Then, what's happening here? This is adding dividends. Every single year, it's adding dividends. So here, you can calculate that there's been a change. There's been a change. There's been a change. There's been a change. What it does is, it shows you based off the inflation price as well. But you just need to look at these and figure out, well, how does it work? So you go from that side to that side. It works out pretty easy. And, you can see that they do change due to the amount that's reinvested over the year, that additional 1,320, along with the 4 to 5% dividends added on, reinvested. Make sense? Investments, compounding, interest, it really does work. So when you keep going down, you can see here, when you hit the age of 60, in my case it would be, your overall portfolio value would be $2,670. Now I know this is in dollars, but just imagine it's in pounds. The same figures will still apply because I started off with the same amount. This obviously will compound up. So that is your end of year actual portfolio value. Okay. And obviously that will be adjusted with the value of inflation and all kinds of stuff like that. But what we want to look at is the passive income side. Not about how much money you've accumulated. That's cool. That's fine. That will also vary as well, because some companies will go down in price, some companies will also go up in price. But when you're at the age of 61 and you are literally thinking, well, I've kicked the bucket now, I've retired, your payment on dividends, because you've stopped reinvesting at this time, is nearly £15,000. That is pretty much about your pension at current standard right now. If I was to retire with a state pension, I would probably be lucky to get £15,000 per year, give or take, to live on for the rest of my life. Yeah, scary. So, how to avoid getting hit by the state pension? Basically, stop having Tesco meal deals and stop having your Costa coffee. Simple. That's how it works. So, that's scary. And there you go. Inflation adjusted price, all this, it's just how it is. But in reality, you're looking at a payment per year of that based off how much you kind of compounded it up. It's absolutely boggling. Now, obviously, that is end of year inflation adjusted portfolio in today's value. You got to add inflation to all this kind of stuff. It doesn't, we don't know what the future holds, but what we do know essentially is if you don't waste your money and you do invest it into good, solid companies that do pay, it's passive income. And what's the point of just wasting that money? What is the point? Always make it work for you. So that is today's video. I want to just open your eyes to maybe having that minimalistic lifestyle and being able to spend money that you do have, but save the money that you don't want to, piss up the wall with buying stuff you don't necessarily need, where you could actually replace it and change that. Buying a flask and taking coffee with you, what's the harm in that? It costs you a lot less. Taking your own food to work, going out less, and just being a bit more savvy and putting that money away and then invest it to make it work for you. So there you go. Hope you like. Please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs button because that does help. And yeah, I'll see you again very, very soon.